What is up, my YouTube friends? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the new Rare by Selena Gomez True to Myself pressed powder, and we're going to put it neck and neck with the cult favorite Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Powder. So yes, we're gonna make them go neck and neck. It's gonna be the battle of the heavyweights in this video, so make sure to stick around for that. But before we get started, do not forget to subscribe down below and hit that like button. And just like that, we're gonna get into the video. So, about the new Rare Beauty Press Powder. Its real name is the True to Myself Tinted Pressed Talc-Free Finishing Powder. And here on the Sephora website, it tells us a little bit more about the product. So what it is, it's a powder that does it all: blurs, smooths, reduces shine, and sets makeup with light buildable coverage and the natural finish that stays true to you. The coverage is light, finish is natural, and the formulation pressed powder. So I like that the finish is natural, so it's letting us know it's not going to be too matte for us normal to dry skin girls, but at the same time it's not going to give you like a glow at the same time. What else you need to know about the True to Myself pressed powder is that this talc-free multitasker delivers a diffused cloud effect that lets radiance filter through. No chalkiness, caking, creasing, clogged pores, or flashback. Use alone or over makeup for boosted coverage and shine control. The handy, compact, and no mess formula make it perfect for the touch-ups on the go. I agree with that. I think this is a perfect size little compact. If we open it, we see we get a nice half circle mirror in it that is pretty sturdy. Doesn't feel too plasticky. Oh my god, the compact it's magnetic. It has a little compact, so if you just give it a little, it like snaps itself shut. So it doesn't feel too plasticky or cheap. Like the compact feels like very sturdy and very nice. I like the formula. It's simple but yet elegant, if you know what I mean. Gosh, I'm like sweating already. If you know about the cult favorite Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Powder, this is number one in Sephora, hands down. Everybody wants to get their hands on this. This is what all the makeup artists on Instagram and everywhere else, if they're doing makeup artistry for weddings or a professional event, they're using this finishing powder on their bride or on their model just to like make it look like perfection, like a filter. So just some quick facts about our Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Powder. It is an ultra-fine setting powder that blurs imperfections and visibly reduces shine. So this is also meant to reduce the shine, give you a nice like soft matte. Coverage is medium, finish it's also natural, just like the Rare Beauty True to Myself pressed powder. And skin type is for all skin types. So highlighted ingredients, we have rose wax and almond oil to help nourish, soften, and moisturize the skin. And this powder right here has light reflecting pearls. Pearlescent pigments diffuse light as it hits your face to illuminate the complexion. So this right here, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush pressed powder, it packs a punch. It comes with some very bougie ingredients. So the Rare Beauty True to Myself pressed powder has a lot to live up to. So let's go ahead and start our application with the one that I feel like is gonna set the standard, and that is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Finishing Powder. And I'm going to use one of these like setting things to set either side of my face. So I have applied my foundation. As you see, I only set my under eye area using some Huda Beauty setting powder, but everything else is all cream. So even like the bronzer, everything is cream. I have not applied an ounce of powder. So this is gonna be a really good versus right here that we're gonna get started with. All right, so now that we are all zoomed in right here, we're gonna go ahead and pick up our little thing, and we're gonna give the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder like 1-2 swirls, and I'm gonna do the same for the Rare Beauty, and we're just gonna mattify myself. I really need this right now because under these super bright lights, like my skin's already starting to like sweat a little bit. Okay, well, it's looking pretty good, not gonna lie. And lastly, I'm gonna do my upper lip, which is where I tend to get a lot of humidity. And would you look at that? I think the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder did an outstanding job at mattifying. It took away all the shine, especially up here in my upper lip, where, like I said, I tend to get a lot of like humidity. And wow, I am diffused, blur. It definitely like perfected the look of my makeup, of my skin. It looks like I have an Instagram filter on. So this is a lot for the Rare Beauty True to Myself pressed powder has to live up to, because wow, you can see it for yourselves. It's banging. And yeah, so in comparison, this side is all creams, foundation, nothing has been set. And then over here, we have our Charlotte Tilbury side. So yeah. All right, so now for the moment that we have all been waiting for, we are going to put our Rare Beauty True to Myself pressed powder to the test. And I'm gonna get a fresh, clean little guy. And then I'm also gonna give it like a 1-2 swirl. Okay, pick up quite a bit here. And I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Okay, right away, I feel like it's giving me a lot of coverage. Like this right here, I'm gonna pick up 1, 2, a little bit more. How about I mattify my nose right here and see how it performed. Wow, honestly, I feel like the Rare Beauty True to Myself pressed powder gave me a lot more pigment, a lot more coverage than the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless powder. Like this right here, more coverage for sure. But at the same time, I don't feel like it's making me look dried out, which is a really good sign. I feel like it looks natural. Yeah, I mean, look at that. That is beautiful. This is a really phenomenal powder so far. Like, I am so impressed. I really am. This is like awesome. Okay, I'm gonna do my forehead now. Oh my god. Like, you can see the mark of where I precisely put on the Rare Beauty pressed powder. Like, you can see it right there, just because this formula right here has so much like coverage, way more coverage than I was expecting, if we're being real with it. So I might need to like spread out the Rare Beauty True to Myself powder so it doesn't look like too weird on my forehead. But yeah, check it out. This is what it's looking like. Rare Beauty True to Myself setting powder right here. It's looking phenomenal. If you ask me, I am so impressed. I think Rare Beauty did an outstanding job with this formulation right here. It's looking really good, and when you look at it side by side in comparison to our Charlotte Tilbury, like wow. Rare Beauty pressed powder had a lot to live up to, and it did its job. It's looking phenomenal. It gave me way more coverage than what I was expecting, which is great, especially for touch-ups. I can see why on their website it said that you can use this on its own or to top off your makeup or for touch-ups, because you get coverage. Okay, they come through with the coverage. All right, so this is phenomenal. I am looking nice and matte. I am not looking like dried out. I did apply 2 layers of Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation. I did 2 layers of that underneath this, plus my cream contour, and my makeup is not looking too cakey. So Rare Beauty pressed powder did a phenomenal job in this case. This was a very tough versus. I put it up against a very tough contender right here. This right here is #1, and Rare Beauty stepped up to the plate and did that. So as you saw, this is our today's versus, Charlotte Tilbury versus the new Rare Beauty True to Myself pressed powder. Wow, Rare Beauty killed it on this one, did amazing. And if you haven't gotten yours, get it today. This video is not sponsored by Rare Beauty, but as you saw, I put it to the test and it passed with flying colors. And that does it for today's video, my friends. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to hit that like button, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye, guys.